welcome back to Steins Gate. Now, when we left it off last week, welcome back to Let's Play Steins Gate, the visual novel. When we left it off last time, we had just done something really strange, and we have no idea what happened. We've got no clue. A lot of you guys would have said a lot of things down in the comment section below, but of course I'm recording this in bulk with the first 2 episodes, so I've got no idea what you're saying, sadly. I might put some stuff up in the description or on the screen, maybe, if I'm nice. I probably won't be nice. But let's just get straight into it with Okabe and, of course, us not really knowing what's going on. I don't get it. But they disappeared. I know, I saw that very instant. Wordlessly in shock, I just stand shocked still, all alone in the vacated Akihabara. Habara. Yeah. Confused, I look up. And in Radio Kaiken's building, right at the 8th floor we just were. Whoa, holy crap! Like a crashed satellite. That was the one that was on the roof, was it not? And I think that was just the prologue of the beginning and the end. I wonder what that achievement means. But we're here in Chapter 1, Time Travel Paranoia. Hey, over there. Can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question, you know. Yeah, you. On the other side of the monitor. What's with that dumb look on your face? What a boring person. See, I'm multicultural and multi-gender stuff. Okabe here is sexist. From your perspective, I guess it looks like we're inside the TV monitor, huh? But that's where you're wrong. The one inside the monitor is you. The world you think of reality is naught but fiction. Naturally, that includes you too. The real reality is over this side. You don't understand what I'm talking about, do you? Totally understandable. Well, whatever. I guess I'll tell you all about us in terms easy enough for you to understand. First, our whereabouts. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in Akihabara, Tokyo. Normally just call it the lab. We aspire to reconstruct the ruling structure of the world. Oh, that's it. You shouldn't do bad things, Okami. Mayuri, shut up for a second. Once you leave the station, proceed on Chodori until you reach the intersection of Shuihirocho Station and take a left to Kuramaibachidori. When you enter the alley before the traffic light, you'll find Ohimiyama Building, an old-fashioned multi-tenant building. The lab's on the 2nd floor. There's a maniac tenant shop called the Brawn Chew Workshop on the 1st floor. You can't miss it. It's a shop that specializes in old CRTs in this day and age. Akihabara may be electric town, but the store's deserted due to the obvious lack of demand. But the manager of the Brawn Tube Shop, Tenoji, is the owner of the building. The urban development is progressing at a quick pace, so the price of land in Akihabara has skyrocketed. That's why so many small open-air hobby shops were built here. Fortunately, the manager has an eye for people. He took a liking to my charisma and lent me the entire 2nd floor of the building for next to nothing. I speak faster than Okabe. However, the Future Gadget Laboratory has a serious lack of capable staff, so we're ready to recruit researchers of excellence at any time. At present, our researchers are... You gotta say lab mems. You gotta say lab mems, not researchers. Our lab mems, that is, laboratory members, are the 3 of us. founder of the lab, an insane mad scientist. But Okarin sounds cuter. Next, we have the cosplay hobbyist and only girl, lab member number 8. Cheyenne Muru. I spoke too slow. Sorry, Okabe. My hobby isn't wearing costumes, but making them. At last, we have Super Hacker. Don't call me Super Hacker. It's Super Hacker. Duh. Our main activity here at Future Gadget Laboratory is the act of invention itself. For details, see our lab's homepage. Of course, our top priority is future gadgets meant for the war against the Dark Dominion. But that research has spawned several offshoots inventions. Hell, that's actually all we have. We already have completed 8 future gadgets, but this is just the beginning. I have upwards of 108 future gadgets ideas in my head. Like a certain tennis manga. I get it. That's a number of that's the number of earthly desires in mortals, you 8-channel fag. Now, I just want to say that's not me saying fag, that's the actual thing saying fag, and they probably translated the actual, because it's a fan translation of Steins. They probably translated it as what 4chan would. So yeah. They call people fags on there. I don't know why. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Anyway, Okarin, why are you talking to yourself in the first place? I'm not talking to myself. Can't you tell by looking? I'm talking to this guy beyond the monitor. Ah, he just grinned. Damn you! What are you grinning about? You don't even exist outside that monitor. Why don't you tell him, don't look this way? Do he really understand that? He doesn't even seem to understand that we're talking to him. His lack of self-awareness is quite sad. Maybe it looks like we're in a game from his perspective. Meta. I don't think he has the concept of reality versus game. But Daru-kun, aren't your beloved 2D girls the same way? That's different. Those girls are my waifus. Nobody cares about your wives. But you know, Mayushi touched upon a very interesting theme, you know. Let's just say we're the protagonists inside a game. Can you think of any way we could check that? None. You can answer that. There's no purpose in discussing that sorts of questions. You would be much more worthwhile to plan ways to destroy the world's ruling structures. Not to mention the fact you are actually part of a game. Chunibyo! Dark Flame Master! I look up from the monitor upon Daru's words. Displayed is the very ugly yet cute character Alpaca Man, designed with an alpaca motif. We would have never guessed that. This is an interactive game called Alpaca Man 2, where you could speak to it via a microphone and it would reply. Sounds like the 10 Dogs. The game exploded in popularity when it was first released 10 years ago, but personally, I only find the ugly part of the ugly yet cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. Whoa, Daru was big in this game. Looking back at Daru and squint my eyes to intimidate him. Shut it, Super Hacker. I'm not a Chinibyo patient. Chinibyo means middle school, I think it's middle school or 8th grade syndrome, meaning that you've got like the mind of a 8th grader. Or year 8, depending on where you live in the world. It kind of means that you're a bit delusional. Much of which Okabe is a bit delusional, I'm going to be honest. Yeah. This is where I comb my hair back and enunciate a little. I am Hyoma! That's your backstory, right? Good grief, Daru. Your communication skills are broken beyond repair. I always liven up the place when I go to an offline meets for an anime, you know. This fat, eccentric, bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's one of those otaku youths who sit at their computers all day. We know the type, guys, don't we? He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. There are some problems with his preferences, but to him, everything's fine as long as it's moe. Daru is surely skilled and an extremely reliable man who brings my ideas to fruition, despite insisting that his forte is software rather than hardware. I pricked my finger. Oh, Mayuri. On the other hand, we have Shinya Mayuri, age 16, currently licking her finger in tears, a high school girl who silences crying children. She's also an otaku for now, nowhere near Daru's scale though. She's an airhead childhood friend of mine, in charge of the Future Gadget Laboratory's Women's Costume Creation Division. Today, she's diligently making anime character costumes at her own pace. Sometimes I don't know if she's skilled or unskilled. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need women's anime character costumes, you ask? I'll tell you, it doesn't! Not at all. In short, Mayuri isn't being useful to the lab at all. But I don't intend to kick Mayuri out of the lab at all. After all, she was the first one to knock on Future Gadget Laboratory's door. I can still clearly remember the first day Mayuri came to the lab. It was spring. These were her words to me. Mayushi is Okarin's hostage, so she should be here. What sweet words. Well, that certainly was cryptic. Yeah, it was cryptic, Okabe. Japanese people. More anime characters actually just don't get the simple hints. But her suggestion was the salvation to me. For she was the first comrade to join me in my magnificent plan, saving me from the solitude of being sought out by the organisation. I'll never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful, as long as she's here. I've got no problemo. So, Okarin, did Alpaca Man respond? Nope, not one bit. The human-faced alpaca was completely unresponsive inside the monitor, so unresponsive that you might think the game was bugged. We tried so hard to talk to you, you ungrateful little... whatever. I give up. This is no fun. Never again will I run this game. Damn unfriendly alpaca. I cursed his name and lightly tapped on the TV, and then... The TV made it sound like it was shortened, and suddenly the screen went blank. I tried changing the channel, nothing. Power cycle, nothing. Whacking it, nothing. Absolute silence. It broke, I guess. This crummy TV was lent to us by the Brawn Tube workshop downstairs. Maybe it's reached the end of its lifetime. You know, you probably got Mr. Alpaca angry. I have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with I'm fed up with the humidity of Japan. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare up at the conscious stain in the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes. What naturally comes to mind is that supernatural scene I saw an hour ago. Gone. But what I saw after leaving Radio Kaiken was a mass disappearance phenomenon. Everyone walking through Akiba's streets had disappeared before my eyes. And not just the pedestrians, everyone in the anime shops gone, in the electronic shops gone, in the chain Grudon restaurants gone, all the cars driving through Chudori gone, driver and all. Everyone disappeared instantly. It all happened quicker than the blink of an eye. What was left was an Akiba devoid of people. In the middle of the day, I could hear the shop's original background music from the storefront. That catchy melody was the only sound in the town devoid of people. It was hot enough to give the asphalt the illusion of bending, but the scene gave me chills. I just stood shocked, still, my breath taken away. What's wrong? The voice behind me finally snaps me back to the senses. Mayuri didn't disappear. She's right here, and she's looking at me curiously. Everyone disappeared right now. Tenoju? They disappeared, right? Right now, before our very eyes. I start to panic once I finally be able to process the situation. That's why I rush over to Mayuri, grab her slender shoulders and shake her a little violently. That is not a good thing to do. No, stop. Stop, don't shake her. Did you see it too, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Oh, she's so cute. Mayuri's head jerks back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see it. You didn't see it? I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. Mayuri returns my gaze with her eyes clear as marbles. You didn't see it? You're telling me you didn't see it? I mean, until just now, there are tons of people walking here, right? There were? Even the store employees are gone. That's humanly impossible by any means. I think there's nothing that they can do about that. What does she mean by that? Anyway, nobody here was to begin with. I know, you saw an illusion, didn't you? I'm sure it's cause the heart. It's cause of the heart. Cause of the heart. I'm sure it's cause of the heart. How could she be laughing in this situation? I always thought she had some loose screws, or maybe she's actually missing some of them. Anyway, I think I should stop relying on her. I'm at a complete loss. I look for heavens for help. The high summer skies, a clear blue, filling gaps between buildings, and the sun's strong, scorching light. But then I happened to turn my vision to Radio Kaiken's rooftop where I was until a while ago. A satellite dish. An enormous machine-like satellite dish had crashed into it. Just a few minutes ago, Makase Kurusu was killed there. Which reminds me, what happened to her? Someone called an ambulance, right? Until just before the mass disappearance. I could have sworn I heard a siren, but I can't hear it anymore. Could Makase Kurusu be in that dark, narrow passageway, collapsed and bloody all alone? That does bug me, but more importantly, what the hell is that satellite in the first place? Satellite? Right before Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The fire door had broken lock, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine surrounded by smoke and phosphorescent lights. When I saw that machine, it was properly placed on the rooftop. But the scene I saw is different clearly now. It pierced the building's wall, just sticking out. And the place it's piercing is the spot where the Dr. Nakabachi's conference event space was. A satellite entered the atmosphere from space, falling to Akiba without burning up. That's what anyone would think upon seeing the scene. But just when did all that happen? Mayuri, about the satellite. Huh? Yeah, what a surprise, huh? What a surprise? What exactly was the surprise? It made a tremendous klapow sound. A tremendous sound? It certainly did make a sound. But I don't think it was a klapow sound. It was more of a zhun. You know, like an earthquake. Did that satellite fall? Did it? Do you think any aliens were on board? Maybe I'm going crazy. What I saw, what Mayuri saw, don't match at all. More and more things I don't understand keep happening. Nothing more seems really more. I'm starting to suspect that it's all an illusion. You two, over there. Suddenly, someone besides Ms. Mayuri and me appears. A burly uniformed policeman this day rushes up to us in his face full of treason. What do you think you're doing here? This area is currently off limits. Please leave immediately. We're sorry. More importantly, Mr. Uniformed Officer, let's call you Officer A for now. I'd like to ask you one thing. Officer A? Thousands of pedestrians instantly disappeared from here just now. You saw it too, didn't you? I did not. Just get out here already. So he claims he didn't see it either. I'm losing more and more confidence in my own memories. In that case, I should tell him that Makase Kurusu got stabbed in Radio Kaiken and get him to call an ambulance. Just what nonsense they'd be going on and on about. The policeman spits out disgust and strongly grabs my upper arm. Then he makes a clear declaration. No girl got stabbed at Radio Kaiken. What? How do you say that so certainly? Well, I'm still trying to arrange the situation I'm in. The policeman forcibly takes me away. How dare he do that? After that, the policeman forcefully escorts us up to APX and releases us there. There are people at APX, like usual. Actually, more people than usual. Just like Officer A had said, Choi Dory, Choi Dori was blockaded by police so nobody could enter. But if nobody could enter, how did they get there in the first place? And then we return to the lab, bringing us up to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Dr. Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I checked online and on the news. The mysterious machine that crashed into Radio Kaiken certainly is the hot topic. All the TV stations in Tokyo, even Tor TV, have switched to special news special news programs in the state of Akiba, even though it's this early in the day. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there were any victims in the crash, but Choi Dori is still closed off. Looks like Akiba Station is jammed with mass media and curious onlookers. Nobody's even touching the subjects of the instantaneous mass disappearance of thousands from Akiba streets, nor Makase Kirisu's murder. A real mystery. I see. So that's it. I spring up from my sofa with a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri stare at me, wondering what happened. This is all an accusation cover up, isn't it? If they've got the police under pressure, that means the whole country quarters is already in the palm of their hands. My God. But you can't fool me that easily. One day I will definitely expose their deeds and put an end to their ruling structures. Coming to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a bottle of Dr. Pepper out of the fridge and drink it down. This lab has no air conditioning. All of it is a small electrical desk fan. That's why I have no reservations to gulping down a cold drink. As always, Dr. Pepper is the most delicious after a hard thinking session. Don't you think cola's better? Okada really likes Dr. Pepper, doesn't he? He who knows not the greatness of intellectual beverages lives not a fifth of his life. And I think we'll leave it there for today. On the next episode of Steins Gate, we are probably going to be investigating more and more reasons why the people disappeared from Akiba, just seemingly randomly. And we're going to be studying, quite literally as it says on the screen, what is the Future Gadget Laboratory's most top secret, strictly off-limits area. The development room. Oh, it's not much of a cliffhanger, but it's something. It is something. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave all your comments down below. I like to hear what your thoughts on it are. I did record 3 episodes at once, so I'm a bit tired now. But, of course, until next time, I've been Dr. Dazza. You have been watching Steins Gate, the visual novel as read by the Dr. Dazza. And until next time, Matane.